Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whatever time of day it is, I am glad you're here. So, we have, oh, I didn't mark off our last one. So, we finished 9. Now we're moving on to the 10th. It is the 10th. Altered Pocket and Texture Fragments for Dephemerember. If you are not familiar with what Dephemerember is, it's making ephemera for the month of December, led by Louisa Hensel and 49 Dragonflies. So they started this whole thing and they invite other people to craft along and do things. So I'm making videos to go along with mine this year. So I have picked a page out of my beautiful journal that we have been working in. And so this is the back page. So this is the page that goes here. I already pulled it out. So I'm gonna set this off to the side. And I'm going to alter these pockets because we're gonna do altered pocket. I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do. And I decided to use the pockets that were already in my journal and change them. So altered pocket. Then the next portion is texture fragments. So I have collected some things because I've also been doing a little bit of tidying and cleaning, getting ready for the holidays and trying to get my studio back to where it needs to be. So I went through my messy dishes where I usually put random texture bits and pieces in. So yeah, my little cup and saucer here is looking way better because I pulled out a bunch of the weird stuff that was laying around. I also have some tissue paper or napkin bits and pieces as my fragments. So these are some of the fragments that I have. They're just the little random weird things that I usually add for texture. I also have some of these bits left over from my gesso. So they were fragments of gesso, so which is another thing I use for texture. So I'm gonna set this over here and hope it doesn't get disturbed too much. And then I was like, what am I gonna do? So here's what, so this was in my bundle of scraps that I got from my swap partner. And so with the scraps, we're supposed to use at least one in every single page. And this is what I'm going to pick. And I might grab some other little things out too. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to turn her into a paper doll. And the pockets are going to hopefully be her dress. So as we can flip them over and change her appearance. So that's my goal. So we're going to go ahead and get started. All right. So first off, I need to cut this down to a better size. So I'm just going to use the scissors and cut it along the edges. Or should I tear it? Let's tear it because I like teared edges. Dropping things. So I'm just going to tear it right. Let's go this way. On that line there, all the way around. And let's go ahead. I hope your December is going well. I hope if you're crafting along with Dephemerember, you're enjoying it. I've gotten a lot of fun comments on my videos so far. I love getting to interact with people that are watching my videos. And there we go. So now she's going to go on the background. So next we need to get this pocket open. So I've got my seam ripper here. Probably don't need the giant one. Let's use the smaller side. This is my very nice seam ripper. And let's see if we can't just seam rip this open. Just need to get it started. So probably, once again, like with some of the other videos, I'm gonna record what I'm doing, but I'm gonna fast forward through bits of it, so. So here's what we got. So we have a flap here, and then we have a flap here now. So let's go ahead and see. Now we might have to tear this down just a little bit more to get her to fit. Actually, can bring her right to the edge. Okay, so let's, because I kind of want her, maybe we'll put her about there. That could be cool. So let's tear her down. Or what would that look like if we folded it onto the back? Ooh, you know what? Let's do it. That'll also help stiffen this page a little bit as well. Yes, let's do it. Okay, so I'm going to make a fold line on there. My scoreboard is not down here, but I want to have a good line. What's going to be the best to do this here? Roughly there, I think. And I just want to make a score line. I don't know if this is going to work, but let's find out. Yes. Oh, I should have done it on the other side. That's okay. Okay. Now let's see where we're at here. That might have been too far. Bummer. Okay. Biscuits. Maybe a little less. Hang on. Let's assess. I think it's going to be okay. I wanted it right there. I should have done it this way. Actually, right about there, I think. I think that'll be fine, even if there's a little crease there. Yeah, I'm just trying to envision what it's going to look like as we do this. Maybe I will tear it. I think I want the border. Yeah, we're going to tear it instead. And I'm going to tear it on that line that we did. Committed now. Let's go. Okay. Yeah. So there. So we're going to put her there. Now I wonder if I can sew this on here. And there's some buttons on the back, so let's take a peek. I think I can sneak that on the bottom with the sewing machine, but I'm going to glue it on here a little bit too. So let's go ahead and do that, because we can always do the sewing later. Do I want to put anything else on this background? I think I want to do some spray. So I'm going to do some distress spray on there, maybe. You know what? Let's do it. Do we want to do distress spray on her? No, we don't. Let's do, I have some hickory smoke. I think that'll look nice to finish this out. maybe I'll hit these a little bit as well. Let's take, I wonder if my spray box will fit on my desk. I've never checked to see. Because I have a box that I use when I do my distress sprays. Let me shift this stuff out of the way a little bit, and then we'll see if we can get it to fit up here, because that would be really helpful if it would. So let's try it. I know I'll have to move this teacup. Might have to move my coffee. Let me grab that. Okay. Hey, a little bit up here. I'll just have to stand, I think. Yeah, I'll stand. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this in here, and hickory smoke. I did use some of these yesterday, so we should be all right. Maybe we'll hit it with a little yellow as well. So I'm gonna probably mute this while I shake. Looks pretty good. All right, so let's hit this with some of the hickory smoke. I'm okay if it gets on this bit too. Let's do a little more over here. Okay. And now a little bit of yellow. And I had an idea. What if we threw a stencil on some of this? Let's do it. Let's do it. What do I have that's easy to do on this part? I've got some stencils right here. How about part of the wall? I'll do some wall piece. Oh, I got an idea too. Let's do this. Not going to see much of it, but still, we're going to do that. Cool. I dig it. And now, this is what I like doing with these. Once you have this on your stencil, I like doing this. And using the reverse on things. Just for some added interest sometimes is fun. It doesn't always show up, but you know what? It's as what it's supposed to be. It kind of depends, but I like it, so we're gonna do it. Let's put something here. Okay, I'm gonna use this one because I really like this one. Try and get this way up under here. Okay. Nice. Okay, I dig it. So we're gonna leave that off to the side to dry. And then I'm gonna take this, and I might as well use it. I have this wet stuff. I have this paper from my scrap bin, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this. That look cool. I love it. All right. So we got some bonus bits and pieces here too, for other texture later. So that'll just need to dry. I'll leave that in here. That can sit here. So I'm gonna let those dry. Okay, what can we do with her while we're waiting? Let's ink the edges of that. Start with that. I'm gonna use Wild Honey to ink those edges. So I want to bring more yellow in. I think I'm going to try something here. I'm going to try and shade in the circle around her. I wish I had a circle stencil that was exactly that size. Maybe I do. Hold on. Oh, look at that. Okay. So this is going to be interesting. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah. We might do something else with her dress too. Okay. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Happy with that. All right, I like that. That's fun. So, moving on. Rocking and rolling. That away. So now we're gonna have to wait for that pocket to dry. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we can prep while we're waiting, because that's gonna be a big thing. That's gotta dry first. Can we do anything else with her? We have to do something to cover up this. And what do you think we need to do? Could we paint her dress? We probably could very carefully. We could start using some of our stuff. I might have to have a think on that and figure out what we can do for her dress. Okay, I'm gonna have a think while that's drying and come back in a bit. Okay, so our stuff is dried. So this is all set. And we got some fun colors coming through, which is nice. Then, I did a little think about the next plan. So she's gonna sit right kind of in here, I'm thinking. So then this will flip up and we can start making a dress. And then we might add another layer. So we might kind of have two variations, we'll see. And so we just need to make this where we want it, get her sorted out. And then what I did is I took this image and I took it over to my light box, and I just took a piece of paper and I traced around where her dress is. And then I also did just kind of her upper body as well, because I'm thinking we're going to do this in a couple of pieces. So we're going to do a dress layer first, kind of like this. So this will be here. Well, this will actually be like so, like that. So I'm gonna trim the dress out here, and then we're gonna start building that portion. So this can go off to the side for now. All right, so the actual shape of the bottom part is not going to matter too terrible much here. It's more this part up here that we're going to be mostly worried about, and trying to make sure we get the right kind of body shape for her. And actually, I'm going to do a little bit more of a revamp here and just do dress, I think. Like so. So now we're going to build her dress out of our bits and pieces. I keep picking at that, but it's not what I thought it was. And the other thing we need to do is probably get her fastened down so that she is going to be where she needs to be and she's not going to move. And now we're going to start building this dress, because this will go on here like that. And so now we need to figure out what we're going to do. So like I said, we're going to use texture pieces. I need something under here. I'm going to put this down here. I think, so I have also some other random scraps, some metal bits and pieces, some foil tape. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start using this to make the dress. Not sure how yet. So probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward a bunch of this as I am laying out these random bits and pieces. Okay, let's take a look and see where we're at. So that was a bunch of different layers of just random bits that I had left over. Oops, need to leave that there. Okay, let's see if... Okay, it's kind of fun. I feel like it needs something yet, but I don't know what. And then I'm thinking this looks kind of fun as like a belt. So let's, you know what, let's do it. Let's do it. We're gonna put this on, we're gonna get it glued. So let's do some fabric fix on here. This is going to be fun to hold. And I'm going to put some of this on too because it tends to be tacky faster. So we're going to mix it up. Let's get that part down where we want it. Feel like that's probably pretty good right there. Okay. It's weird, I know, but it is also kind of fun. Now I need to, let's get a little glue under here. And we'll get our little belt on, and that is going to go through the fabric. That. Hopefully that lays flat. I don't know if it will. Let me see. Now let's see how it looks. Hopefully. Okay, so she's looking fun. She's looking really fun, actually. We might need to trim a few little fibers here. I kind of love it. Now we need to make her little arms or gloves, and I also want to make sure this isn't, I'm going to protect her for a minute here while that's drying, and then let's work on her little gloves and close our glue so nothing dries out. So I was thinking for the gloves, I had this scrap of music washi tape, and we can do both arms like that. To have the music going the correct direction, I feel like, though. So this one can go. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a little bit of glue stick. Do I have some glue stick? Maybe a little bit on here, and we're gonna cut it out afterward. So I got one arm to do first, and I want to kind of make it look like it's bending a little because, you know, it's an arm and it's kind of like gloves or sleeves. So that there, and I think we'll have enough left over for the other side. The problem is now I cannot see my line. Biscuits. Okay, I'm gonna go to my light table. Maybe I can draw the line so I can cut it out. Be back in a minute. Okay, so I cut them both out, and now I'm gonna ink the edges of them, then we're gonna get those on because I actually really like how that is looking. So let's kind of highlight them a little bit just so that they stand out just a titch. So I think I'm just going to use some, do I want black? Hard to say. Because these kind of have to go in an order. So this one has to go here, and then this one has to kind of cross over because she's kind of like holding her hands in front of her. And I think that's about where they need to be. So let's go ahead. What is the best thing to use? I think we're gonna use this because it's high tack, very fast. And I was thinking some napkin, and oh, look at this. I have, oh, that's a full one. I'm not gonna use a full one. What do I have? Pieces, bits and pieces. Where's our bits and pieces? Should I use this? Yes, okay. Kitty, kitty girl. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna grab some more stuff and come on back. Okay, so this is all dried now, and we're gonna move on to adding a few more things here. So she needs some shoes. We need to put some little shoes on here. I don't know, maybe another layer to this little dress. Or maybe we'll leave it. I don't know. We'll see. It looks pretty good. Pretty happy with it. Maybe one more layer. Let's see. Let's see what we got for... There's some yellow and stars, maybe. Let's see. Oops. I think I just want to put this under here a little bit. Just for a little something. Kind of like the rough edge look. So let's do about like that, I think. Just for a little something. And then let's find some little shoesies. Little shoesies. Now, next step, I'm thinking, so I have this, it has a magnet in it. This was a leftover from another thing. And I'm thinking of making like a little decoration here because I want to be able to keep this the flaps down. So I'm going to do some layered magnets. So this one is going to go on here. And we're going to put that like that. So one magnet there. And I do need to cover, like this magnet is showing through here. It didn't work out so good for my other project. So I might see, what do I have to cover that a little bit? Do I have some gold paint? Handy. Or marker. Maybe I'll grab one in a minute. Okay, so that's going there. Now I need the next layer on the dress that also I want to put another magnet in, I think. Though this I know will hold to the magnet because it's, I have another magnet. So I think what I'm going to do, will this magnet? Yes, okay. So I need to mark where this needs to go exactly. Actually, no, I don't. I'm gonna do, yeah, I'm gonna put a magnet in there as well, I think, because I want it to be really strong. The magnet that I did the other day was not fabulous. I need to put a stronger magnet in. So we need to make sure we get this in the right place. In order to do that, this is a fun trick. Let me see if I have a Sharpie handy. I don't. Maybe. So you can color your magnet a little bit and then press it down to your area. This marker didn't work great, but I have a circle that's in that little metal foil, so I know where that has to go. So that needs to go right there. Because there's different directions that these guys, oops, bumped it. Sorry. There we go. Because magnets will flip where they need to go in the direction they want to go. So, no. Let's see. They do that. Okay, that should be good. I think it stayed where it's supposed to be. Yes, it did. That needs to go there. I feel like I need like a little accent here to go with that. So what can we put on there or tuck in? I have these little floofies. Wipe that off. A little extra up here. I just want to make sure that's glued where it needs to be. So let's find out. I think that's good. There we go. Okay, so now that is good. I like that better. Okay. Next layer here. And we need something heavy duty to pull that magnet downward as well. I have this little metal plate. I'm going to bend this flat and give it a bend. Really do want to give this a little mark. Mark. Maybe it'll work this time. Sugar beans. You, stop it. Okay. Okay. That's where it's got to go. So I'm just going to put it down on here. We're going to do some more stuff on this back part. Okay. What I need to do is put something here to block that from pulling together. So now we need to just decorate this a little bit, and I had some ideas. I'm gonna put a little more glue over here and just decorate some, I think. We're gonna let this all dry and then we'll come back. Might try and think about some kind of writing space on here because I don't really have any place for writing. All right, so everything is dry and I had a little brainstorm about what else we need to do. So I grabbed I prepped a few things here to kind of work with. So these all are looking great. So I'm thinking, because we need some kind of a place for journaling or something on here. So I had to dig through the bin, and these look really good. They match with it. But I also, in my scrap bin, realized my bestie had put this in there. So we're gonna make a fun little journaling card out of this dress. And I'm thinking it's gonna go right here because I have these tiny little clothespins. And I thought that would be fun to put a little clothespin like this here, and then we can tuck these under there as well after we do a little bit to them. So let's get this dress done, because I also realized we have to use these bits yet. So I'm going to use them on this dress. So I've got an idea. I'm going to pull out this to work on so I don't get my work top all messy. And, oh, I should have grabbed a little stencil. Here, let me grab these quick and see which one of these will be fun to go with what we got happening. And then we're gonna move along. I think let's do the beehive, because that could be cool. Since we kind of got some bee stuff happening in this journal kind of organically, let's just lean into it a little. So I'm gonna take this, and I know I have some other bee stencils too, and beehives and stuff, but I think they are with some of my other things. So I think what we'll do is we're going to put this down on the bottom, maybe leave the top plain, and I'm going to ink this first, and then we'll see what happens with our gesso, because I'm just going to use gesso on this, and that should be good. So what I want to do is get this a little inky. That's not working the way I wish it to be. There we go. I'm just gonna kind of smush it on here and there. Because then we're gonna do some other stuff. So we're just kind of having a little bit of a play. This is just a little container that I put some of my gesso in, but I also, look at this. This we're gonna use too. Somehow, I don't know yet how we're gonna use that, but we're gonna. And I got a brush. No, I want a paddle. There we go. This might work better. So this is going to be kind of, oh, let me give it a little stir here. I'm not sure how this is going to work because it's a little thin for this, but we'll see what happens. Worst that's going to happen is it doesn't turn out and we'll have something else to do. So I'm going to stick this on here like that, and smooth it on the whole bottom of the dress. And then I'm gonna let that be. And next, this is what I think I wanted the brush for. A decent brush. I need to definitely empty out clean my cup, because my brushes are not as clean as they could be. All right, so I'm just gonna put this up here like so, and then let's move you over here. Now our little scraps, I'm just putting on the dress like that. And then we're going to take this bit and stick it on here a little as well. Hopefully that will all stick down. If some of it doesn't, that's okay. And now we're going to set this off to the side to dry while we work on the other elements here a little bit, so we can get this page finished up. Pull this over here for a second. So those two little journaling cards, let's do those guys really quick up here. Let's ink them. I'm going to use the Wild Honey again because I like it. And I think it's going to bring a nice little pop of color and bring everything together a little. And this one. And I had a little idea for on these too. Let's get both sides. So these were also in that scrap stuff I got from my bestie for Dephemerember. So, and I'm excited because I get to see her this weekend. So I'm recording this early because I want to try and get my videos out on the days when the prompts come out. So for me, the day is, what day is it? It is Friday. And this will be coming out Tuesday. I think that's the day this prompt is. I have to look at the list. Yeah, Altered Pocket and Texture Fragments. So yeah, this video comes out Tuesday, but I'm recording it on the previous Friday. So my bestie's coming to visit for the weekend. I'm so excited. So these are going to go here. Now I want to add a little bit of something to these. Let's grab, maybe I have a quick little texture stamp or something. You know what? Let's use, just since we have them out, let's just use a stencil. I'm going to do some splatters on them, I think, with, let's go here. I'm going to use some hickory smoke and see how that goes, staying with our color theme. So I'm just going to go in here a little bit, just to add some extra. Yes, I like that. And we'll do a little bit on this one as well. And okay, I like that. Let's do like one more little thing. Which other stencil will work here? Since we have them handy. How about these little circlies? Let's do it. I'll add some little circlies in. So we got, I'm trying to think of look at our colors. Let's use a little bit of this teal. What do I have that's that kind of tealy color? Looking at my Distress inks. Maybe, no. None of them are making me happy. None of them are happy colors. So we got the pink, the teal, maybe a little, maybe, okay, no, I am going to use some of the Wild Honey and just a couple little, like that. Oh, yeah, perfect. Let's do it. This one. Yep, perfect. Okay, that I'm loving. And now I want to put a word on each of these and hopefully they'll fit. I had picked them off. This is like all sports related stuff, but there are some words on here that will work. So brilliant is one of them that I wanted to put on here. Do I want to put a little fibery something behind? Yes, I do. I'm gonna take a little gold thread. Come on, friend. All right, so those two, Brilliant Star, those will go there. Perfect. Now our little dress is gonna go on there, and that's gonna go right here. And then I thought this looked really cool here, so we're gonna do this on here. And it needs a little something down there. And one more little bit of something. Still looking in our little scrippy scraps. Yes, okay, and I'm throwing a staple in this. And then in the top as well. And of course, I'm out of staples. I'm just doing these for looks to add kind of a bounce, because those are there, then we have some here, some there. Let's make these little crissy crosses. Okay, I like it. And now we have another little tuck spot, and then I have one more little piece of film that I'm going to tuck in over here. To add some balance. I thought I was gonna do that. And then one more up here. I glued this down really well, guys. Maybe just a little piece. That is really glued. Yep. Okay. Okay, I like that. That makes me happy. Kind of balances that. And then We have room for one more little, so we got one more journaling card that can go in here. That's the same as the others. Or, how is this? Is that too big? That's a little big. I was just looking through the scraps, and these are some of the things that we found. What else looks kind of cool? That's cool, but no. Anything else? One of these bird ones is not, I don't hate this. It's a little big though too. I like the colors though. The colors are nice. So let's go ahead. Let's just trim it down a little bit. Maybe that'll help. Well, actually I need to fill this with staples, so I'm going to pause here and I'll come back with more staples. Maybe the dress will be dry and we can go from there. Okay? Okay. So our dress is dry, and now I did do something while I was waiting. When I was getting things ready, I thought, I wanted to make sure that all these bits would stay on. So I covered it with a clear layer of this clear gesso. So it had a layer of clear gesso that I put on top just to make sure that all of our little bits and flakes would stay on here. Now I want to hit this a little bit more with some Distress ink. I was going to spray it, but I think what I'm going to do is maybe run it like this, and then I might get my spray bottle. I think that gesso is a little bit wet yet, so this might be interesting. I hope I have water in my spray bottle. I don't. Oh well, I've got some water in my paint cup, which I just changed out, so that'll work too. And maybe, I didn't shake it, but maybe some dribbles of wild honey too. Let's see, because this might be cool to kind of do a little bit down here. Oh, I do a water brush too, so that'll help. And see if we can't get this to kind of spread out a little bit more. So I'm just gonna take a couple drops of water here and there to get this to kind of move around. Oh, I must have had something on my finger. That's all right. So we can see what we get from that. Okay, I do like that. Let's give it a couple little of those like that. Maybe a couple little drippies. Okay. I think that's probably gonna be good. I do wish I had water in my spray bottle right now. Okay, so of course now we have something else that needs to dry because that's what we do. Okay, so I'm gonna set this off to the side and make sure I don't have too much stuff on my hands. Okay, so what do? I put this clip up here, and now I'm worried this is a little busy, but I'm not quite sure. So we'll see, because I really like these on here. I think they're fun. but we can always move them to a different spot. However, I did add something else in here too. So this is fine. We could add something here if we wanted. We can do it later too. But for the most part, I think this is about getting done. So here's what I did. I know I was working on this right before I ran out of staples. So then I was looking, I had another little piece of this tape and I had a little piece of this tape. So I added those guys on there and I love it. Then I glued this little bit of, it was from a button card on there just to kind of break up all of the dark that was happening. And then this little friend goes back in here. Then I also added on this side, I just stapled the other half of this trim on this side, added a little word here, and then this is where our dress will go once it gets dry. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe just get my heat gun to get this going faster so I can get this finished. So that should be good. And now this needs a little something, and I was thinking about that. We still had this bit here, and I feel like this could be a fun accent on the dress. So I'm gonna put this on here. And so I know this was that weird spot that I was working on before, and then it got, I don't know. So I'm gonna put a little bit of glue, and then I'm gonna do something else here. So I'm gonna put a little bit of, do I want this? No. Let's just see if this will hold. Okay, no, it'll hold in a minute, I think. But I have to be patient. Just stay there. And then put some glue here because I had an idea. So I was having a little think, and I have some of this cord. So and I think that might do it. Let's put everything together here. Of course, throwing stuff on the floor, good times. All right. So let's see how it looks. Is that going to be too tight? Okay, hold on. Hold the phone. Let's try it the other way. Let's take these guys off first. Maybe right about there. Okay, so that's there. Now I'm contemplating if I even need that there. I mean, what if? What if? Okay. I don't hate that, actually. Okay. I don't know if I like this right here either. Because it feels like it's just kind of there and it doesn't have a purpose when it's on this side. So what if we did oh, I just had another idea. Okay, so we put this one here. And we put this one over here. And then a third. Could go here, we could go here. I think here. Let's put it right here. I think it's fine. Yeah, because it kind of or that, and then a tiny thing right there. Just a little something. What do we have that's interesting? Okay, that is fun. This feather. I don't have a feather anywhere else, so maybe that's not the answer. Okay, I like this side. Although we have the bird. So let's just, so this is more about just kind of enhancing what's here and making it a little bit more interesting. Okay, that could work. That close easy, yes, okay. So that I like there. Now we still need something up here. Because that's there. It's a little weird, I know, but we have the bird. Although we don't need the bird here either, though. We could just use this someplace else. It doesn't have to be here. I could just go over that here. I kind of like that too. That's pretty. But we still need a little something. I don't know. Oh well, I think it's gonna just, it is what it is right now. I do like it. It's really pretty. I'm really happy with her and how she turned out. Do we even need these? I think we don't. I think we need to let it just be, let her be what she is. So we don't need this feather. I think that those clips are not doing it. Those are there, but you know what we could do? This is almost like a little belly band here. So let's just do this. Strong, brilliant star. I think it still works. This tiny little belly band we made right here. I think our magnet, does our magnet still work? That's the only problem. There's too much paper in the way here for that to close. And that is right there. So It needs to be heavy enough to hold this, I think. I think these just gotta go. We'll end up using them someplace else, I think. So we still have at least one word here. Strong. Oh yeah, that really holds. Before with those there, it was not holding very good. I think it's done. I think we just gotta let it be. Sometimes less is more. I would have liked those on there, but we will use them someplace else in this journal, I'm sure. We will find a place to put them. So this page is done. This is funny here. We'll have to do something about that at some point. This is our back cover. I think that must have been stitched into the pocket or something. Let's... There. It was just distracting the eye too much. Okay, so this is it. We're finally done, I think. So this was Altered Pocket and Texture Fragments. I think that we definitely hit the bill there today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share, subscribe. And I'd love to hear from you. I love your comments. I try and respond to them as often as possible. Yeah, that's about it for today. Tomorrow we have prompt 11, least favorite ephemera and bookbinders art. So that's going to be on the docket for tomorrow. So thanks again, everybody. And don't forget, art with your heart. Have a fantastic day.